And welcome back to the team 92.1 FM and also to KTPN The Z as we are back for the rest of our halftime show presented to you by Adams Furniture and Appliance. Manny Almanza along with Kevin Simon. Kevin, you have a quick look at our first half statistics.
Yeah, pretty evenly matched during the first half stats. There was 138 yards of offense for Texas High, 161 for Tyler High School. Tyler High School had 103 rushing. Medlock led the way, 9 carries, 60 yards. They had 58 passing. And for Texas High, they had 101 rushing yards. And their leading rusher was Stewart. He had 9 carries for 59. Evenly matched. Pinkert, 5 of 10 passing, 58 yards. Sellers and McHenry for Texas High, 4 of 12 for a total of 38. So pretty evenly matched. First downs, Texas High had 11 and Tyler had 9.
And those statistics were presented to you by Jersey Mike Subs. We want to thank Phil Hicks from the Tyler Morning Telegraph for allowing us to have those first half statistics. We're about ready to hit triple zeros, and halftime will come to an end. Now, halftime shorter as what you probably are used to hearing on the Team 92.1 FM. Again, traveling bands are not coming this season because of the pandemic, so you only have the performance by the home bands and drill teams. Thus, halftime's a bit shorter, especially for a game that is being on television. So we are glad to be back with you a bit quicker. So if you are just now coming back and you're watching on television from perhaps getting something from the kitchen for the half, we're back a little early, but that's okay.
Yeah, it's a little different. So again, something that we're going to have to get used to, some adjustments along the way, and everybody's going to have to be a little bit flexible. I mentioned it, the players, the coaches, and also the fans. But a pretty solid first half, maybe not the most entertaining. Both offenses kind of a little struggle out of the gates, but we'll see what happens here in the second half.
And that wraps up our halftime show presented to you by Adams Furniture and Appliance. So 13-7, Texas High with the lead over the Tyler High School Lions as Tyler will take to the field with his special teams. Bearla Gonzalez will be kicking it off for Tyler. Tyler will be going from right to left in this third quarter of play that is south to north here at Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. So a couple of guys back to receive for Texas High. The deep man for Texas High is Trey Roberts, and he has a couple of men that are in front of him at the 10-yard line as the team split, and we have been getting things set up and ready to go. So everything's set. All they needed was that official's whistle, and we're ready to get it underway. Here's the second half of play as Gonzalez knocks the ball down the field, fielded at the 5, fumbled at the 5, picked up at the 5, to the 10, up the middle of the field to the 12-yard line, and then taken down at that point. So a miscue on the return for the Texas High Tigers, and that helps John Tyler's Lions give them a better shot defensively. The return man for Texas High eventually was Ryan Sellers, I believe. We'll double-check that to make sure. But nonetheless, at the 13 is where the Texas High Tigers will take over. So first down, good job on the special teams that time for Tyler.
Yeah, special teams struggled in the first half for the Lions, but that's a good start here to open the second half.
Double wideouts to the left, one to the right. I'll correct the man who returned that kick in just a second. McHenry's back in at quarterback on first down. He's going to hand it off. And coming upfield is Stewart. He's going to break across the 20 to the 23. So if you needed 10 yards on your first carry of the second half, just give it to him. And he's able to do so for what would be the first down. On the stop that time, it's Jacob Vilela for Tyler.
First down.
So first down with the ball at the 24-yard line, so give Stewart an 11-yard run. There's a high snap. McHenry, he's going to hand it off. Stewart again. This time is going to be submarine in the backfield, and Tyler's defense will not let him go anywhere. He will lose 2 yards to the 22-yard line to make it a second down and 12. A couple of big guys in there for Tyler. Ashton Williams was in there. Latravian Hawkins as well. So you're looking at a second down and 12. Just starting the third, 11:09 on the clock. The trips to the right, one to the left. PA announcer Roger Nunnally was trying to name all the Tyler guys in there on the stop. And this time the handoff coming across the 25 up to the 27-yard line. That was a hard thing to do. There are a lot of blue jerseys there. And one of the Tyler players is in there as Stewart is able to go ahead and gain some yardage. And that time we were able to see in there on the stop Preston Johnson.
Yeah, good Big third down coming up here for the Lions to open up this second half, make a stop here and force a punt.
Ball's at the 28. That was a 6-yard run by Stewart. 13-7 lead for Texas High. If you're just joining us in this third quarter of play, Manny Almanza with Kevin Simon from Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. There's the snap. McHenry, 3-step drops, going to air this one out. Right side has a man ahead of the pack, and the ball is stripped away at the last moment. Incomplete. Nicely done on the defense that time for Tyler by Zashawn Williams. Pass was intended for Trey Roberts. So after the first down jaunt by Stewart, 3 downs and a punt here for Texas High. Good start defensively for the Lions in the third quarter.
Initially beaten on the play, Williams was able to get himself back in the play and knock that ball away at the last second. Good job defensively, and the Lions force a 3-and-out. No, they had one extra play. They did have the one first down, but a good job to get them off the field.
All right, so Ryan Sellers will come on to punt it away for Texas High. He grabs the snap, and he kicks this one down the field. Twisting in the air, and it hits a Texas High player in the back. Now, Texas High is going to say that it should be their football, but from here it looked like it hit a gray jersey player in the back. Now, the Tyler player probably shouldn't have tried to make a play on it, to be honest with you. But I think the Lions are going to get another break here, Kevin.
Yeah, that had disaster written all over it. You got to get away from it. That's a short punt, and you can anytime the return man has to make that long of a run to get to the ball, it usually doesn't work out for them. They get a break as it did hit Tiger.
So Tyler will have the football at the 35-yard line, and they are breathing a sigh of relief. The Lions are. 9:59 to play in the third, down 13-7. So that was a good defensive stand that time by the Lions. 40-yard punt by Sellers. Man in motion, first down. Pinkert will take the snap. And there's a flag down as he will hand it off to Medlock, and he will go nowhere. Lost a yard to the 34-yard line, and again, a bunch of flags down on the field. And once again, Derek Brown is in there on the stop for Texas High.
Yeah, too much penetration. We'll get the call on the penalty flag. It's a legal procedure against the Lions, and we'll see if they take the penalty. Looks like they will.
Illegal formation.
So they will lose 5 on the penalty. They call it illegal formation. So 1st and 15 now from the 30. So 9:54 on the clock. If Tyler got a score here, that would probably turn things around for this football team. They already have some confidence playing well defensively out of the blocks to start the third. Getting that touchdown in the second quarter helped. As Pinker's gone all the way at quarterback. As mentioned in the pregame show, he played quarterback as a freshman, and now he's back in. And it's going to be left side, Medlock sweeping. Oh, nice cut up field to get the first down. At the 35-yard line, he stepped inside a defender and got the first down, crossing the 40 to the 41. Ends up being a gain of 11. I won't say the first down, my mistake. Actually, the 11-yard gain makes it a second down and 4. There's a Texas High player that is down on the turf, so we will take this timeout. 9:17 to play in our third quarter. It's Texas High 13 and Tyler High 7. We will take a 60-second timeout on the team. 92.1 FM.
It's the 2020 Labor Free Sale at Adams Furniture. Hi, I'm Brian Adams, and for a limited time only, you can save up to 20% off your entire purchase and get 2 years, 0% interest financing. Best of all, in your qualifying purchase, let us do the labor for you with free delivery. Come see our huge inventory of living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, and mattresses. And remember, we have our 90-day same-as-cash plan with no credit needed. Hurry in before time runs out. It's the 2020 Labor Free Sale at Adams Furniture, Tyler, Longview, and Marshall.
More locations, more choices, more convenience. Peters Pre-Owned now has 2 locations to serve East Texas. Peters Pre-Owned Center in Longview and the all-new Peters Auto Sports in Tyler. The largest inventory of trucks, cars, motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides in all of East Texas. Shop our inventory on either website to see all our inventory and take advantage of our nationwide free delivery. Peters Pre-Owned Center in Longview. Peters Auto Sports in Tyler. More locations, more choices, more convenience.
Back to action. Tyler with the football at its own 41. 2nd down and 4 following the run by Medlock. He's going to sprint right side. A bunch of flags down. He's trying to go backwards to go forward, and he cannot turn the corner. A speedy defense for Texas High leading the charge for the Tigers. We've called his name tonight, Clayton Smith. Also Jalen Green there as well, but we'll see what the flags are.
Yeah, a couple of penalty flags, so something was obvious. Looks like it's a holding.
Number 76 of the offense. The penalty's been declined. 3rd down.
Yeah, a big loss on the play, so they'll decline the penalty. Obvious hold against the Lions.
That ends up being a loss of 5. You're looking at a 3rd down and 9 for the Lions. So the Tigers are figuring that puts the Lions in enough of a spot. 9 minutes to play in the 3rd. Lions are getting the call from the sideline. Sponsors tonight include American Gold and Diamond Exchange, Maddox Residential and Commercial Services, Tyler Junior College, Josh Hill with Edge Performance, and Thompson Tire Service. Double wideouts to each side. Low snap picked up. Pinkard right side has a man at the 35 and is submarined at the 37-yard line for a 1-yard gain, and that'll be 4th down. So the pass was complete. What a great job on the tackle that time by Nate Menny. And then for Tyler, the receiver, Montrell Wade, just couldn't get going very far.
Yeah, neither team offensively able to get going offensively to open up the second half. Great job defensively, again helped out by the holding call. The great play that declined the holding call, but a good job defensively for Texas High.
4th and 8 from the 37-yard line. So Tyler is kicking it away. Baylor Gonzalez back on the field for the Lions. There's a snap Gonzalez has it, and he'll boot this one down the field. It's a twisting kick that will be caught at the 23-yard line, up the field, right side, make it left side to the 30, sideline to the 40, 45 midfield, 45, and then drug out of bounds at the 35-yard line. However, there's a flag down back at the 39 of Texas High, and that might be the reason why there was such a huge run on the play.
Well, you're going to get an illegal block against Texas High, but a face mask against the Lions on the tackle. So you got 2 big penalties coming up. We'll see what they where they eventually spot the ball.
Well, the Lions were about to get a break, and really they probably did because of the penalty against Texas High. Now, since both were in play, will they wipe it off the board and have a re-kick?
Yeah, a lot of conversation going on. They're talking right now to the sideline for Texas High. So you think the way they're handling this, it would be both penalty flags against the Lions, but we'll see what happens. I think you're going to get an illegal block against Texas High, but again, a face mask against the Lions. But there's a whole lot of conversation going on the football field.
Yeah, absolutely. Lots of talking happening. Gives us a chance to talk to you a little bit about tomorrow night, because tomorrow night Tyler Legacy will be taking the field for the first time under the new name, Tyler Legacy. The Raiders will be battling the Lufkin Panthers. Maybe a new name, but it's an old rivalry there. Yeah. And it'll happen right here at Chris's Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium as part of the Kickoff Classic. So the chains are going back. Let's see what the referee says.
Personal foul. Illegal blindside mark on the return team, number 1. That penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul, 15 yards. Personal foul, forced collar tackle
Forced collar
on the kicking team. That penalty has been declined. First down.
So that's how the officials have worked it out.
Yeah, did he say they declined the penalty? That wouldn't make any sense for Texas High to decline the penalty of a horse collar tackle.
That would essentially, if you went 15 and then 15, you're probably putting the ball at, the 39-yard line where the flag was down.
Yeah.
So it's Texas High ball at the 24, first down. It will be a sweep right side with a big hole, and that's Stewart at the 40, Stewart at the 50, Stewart at the 40, down to the 30, and he will be tackled from behind at the 15-yard line. Almost another horse collar tackle, but the Tyler player let up on that, and Stewart has a big run for a first down deep in Tyler territory.
He's a good runner, able to turn the corner and get upfield. He doesn't have the breakaway speed that would have got him into the end zone, but A heck of a runner, and that's another good run by Stewart.
62-yard run by Stewart to put the ball at the 14-yard line of Tyler. 7:13 to play in the third quarter, and knocking on the door of the Tigers once again. First down. There's the snap, and it's going to be Sellers with a keeper at the 15. Rolling left side, puts his hand down for balance at the 10, and then he gets pummeled at the 9. That will be enough for the first down, but wow, actually he will be short of the first down. Let's see where the referee puts him down with his forward progress. They'll put him back at the 10, so he's able to pick up just 4 out of all that. Second down and 6. 8's with the stop, and he put the wood to Sellers.
Yeah, big hit. Sellers had a hard time standing on his feet, but he's still able to get positive yardage.
6:37 to play, 13-7 lead for Texas High. This will be another handoff into the middle of the pile, and there's quite a few blue jerseys there. Montre Anderson did not go to the turf, but he had some big guys after him, including for Tyler, Torrey Howland. He is a 6'1", 200-pound linebacker, and Ashton Williams.
Yeah, that's a good play by the Lions defense, interior defensive line, as they were able to
Ball's at
punch
the
up
8.
that play.
3rd and 4. 5:57 to go. Let's see if the Lions can get a stop here, Kevin. Double wideouts to the right, one to the left. There's the snap. And this is going to be a keeper by Sellers. He'll get to the 5, and he'll work his way toward the end zone. He'll be shy. He'll be at the 1-yard line, but it's 1st and goal to go for the Tigers there. Nice run of 7 yards by Sellers. Almost reached it into the end zone.
That's a great read by the quarterback on that play. It's a zone read, boy. He did a good job of reading the defensive end and was able to cut underneath for good yardage. Nearly got himself into the end zone.
1st and goal to go from the 1 for Texas High, leading 13-7 and trying to get more. Sellers is the quarterback. Stewart's in the backfield. High snap. They'll give it over to Stewart, and the siege is parted for him to get into the end zone for the touchdown. What a huge block for Texas High made by number 70, Hayden Harrell, that opened the hole, and Stewart was able to walk in for the 6. 5:22 to play in the third quarter. It's now 19-7 Texas.
Stewart earned that touchdown again with that long run that turned that possession around for Texas High. Nice job to finish off that possession.
His first touchdown run of the season. But again, with a 62-yard run, you get the ability to take it to the house. Ball was down. Kick by Hernandez is on the way, and that one is through the uprights. The kick is good. 5:22 to play in the third quarter. Our new score, Texas High 20 and Tyler High 7. We are taking a 60-second timeout on the team. 92.1 FM.
Locations, more choices, more convenience. Peters Pre-Owned now has 2 locations to serve East Texas. Peters Pre-Owned Center in Longview and the all-new Peters Auto Sports in Tyler. The largest inventory of trucks, cars, motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides in all of East Texas. Shop our inventory on either website to see all our inventory and take advantage of our nationwide free delivery. Peters Pre-Owned Center in Longview. Peters Auto Sports in Tyler. More locations, more choices, more convenience.
Proud to be honored the Best of East Texas Award this year, and here's why.
It is my pleasure to assist you in your buying decision and properly explain all the features that makes a Chevrolet.
My mission is to service your Chevy quickly, efficiently, but most importantly, correctly.
Every morning, I'm here early to prepare the dealership for you. I check everything from our coffee and beverage inventory to our complimentary Wi-Fi.
My name is Tiara.
My name is Kramer.
My name is Marlena.
My name is David, and we're here for you. Log on to PelcheChevroletTyler.com.
5:22 left in the third quarter. Texas High 20, Tyler 7. Here's Kevin Simon with the scoring drive update presented to you by Jim Jones State Farm Insurance.
Stewart's touchdown run finishes off a drive. He started 5 plays, 76 yards, 2 minutes, and 17 seconds.
And again, Tim Jones State Farm Insurance with that scoring drive summary. 20-7 lead for Texas High. Big run by Stewart. One big play, and that changed the momentum on that drive. Here's the kickoff by the left-footed Oscar Hernandez. Drives this one down the field. Picked up at the 3-yard line to the 10. Middle of the field, 15. Spinning out of a tackle to the 19-yard line. And that's all she wrote on that return for Tyler High School. And the return man for Tyler, first time we've had the chance to call his number tonight. That's Tony Alexander on the return for Tyler.
Made something out of nothing. Didn't have a whole lot going on the play, but he did get to the 20-yard line.
So Deshaun White helping out on the stop that time for Texas High. So from the 20, the Lions will go, trailing 20-7, 5:14 to go. So a score here would be good for the football soul of this Texas High football team.
That's a big possession for the Lions here.
So one to the right, a couple to the left, first down. Pinkard is going to air this one out. Oh, there's a man open in the seam, and he let him go. Couldn't get to it in time. So the pass was intended for Tyler. For Cameron Key, that's the first pass thrown his way. He is a receiver, 5'10", 165, a junior for the Lions.
Yeah, just missed him on a corner route on that play. And again, I go back to accuracy. It's been an issue really for both quarterbacks, both starting quarterbacks throughout the night.
I mean, the route was run beautifully.
Yep.
I thought he was able to break away from the receiver, rather from the defender, excuse me. Unfortunately, pass wasn't on the target. 5:08 to go, second down, and 10 from the 20 for the Lions. And this is going to be Pinkard gets snowed under. What a play. And that stop ended up being made by Clayton Smith. He was able to get into the backfield, and he smoked Pinkard down at the 15, third down and 15.
Yeah, Pinkard had absolutely no chance on that play. He faked the ball to the running back that time, but by the time he pulled the ball out, Smith was all over him for the sack.
There's nothing like Texas high school football, and on a Thursday night, the Texas High Tigers from Texarkana and the Tyler High Lions getting things going to start the season for Class 5A. Trips to the right, one to the left, third down. Shoulder fake by Pinkard. He's going to float this out for a screen, and that was a dangerous pass intended for Medlock in a crowd of gray jerseys. Fourth down, 3 and out for the Lions, and kicking time.
Well, Smith came on the delayed blitz and basically blew up that play, forced the quarterback that time, Pinkard, to make a bad pass. He was able to get away with it. Probably could have been intercepted. But a nice job defensively by the Tigers.
So with 4:19 to go, the 3 and out brings in the punter, Baylor Gonzalez. Takes the snap, and there's a kick away by Gonzalez. He's going to drive this one down the field. Ball is caught at the 45 midfield. Snowed under at the 49-yard line. What a job. So the return man for Texas High, Zane Dodson, got tripped up at that point. Boy, what a nice job for Tyler on special teams.
That's a nice tackle on the play, and the ball would be spotted right at midfield for the Tigers.
Was that the punter Gonzalez?
I think that was
there?
Gonzalez. I thought it was, and I said, certainly not. Right? Because that was a great tackle, so I was just going to let it be. But he made a great tackle.
What's wrong? He's a punter. He can make a tackle.
But they're not real football players.
Oh, yeah. Kevin Simon said that, not Manny Almanza. 4:08 to play. First down from midfield. That was a great stop by the punter, Baylor Gonzalez. There's a snap to Sellers. Floats it out left side, and there was miscommunication there. The wide receiver for Tyler, he had not even turned around, Kevin, and the ball was already there. By the time he turned around, it was too late. Caden Miller was the guy it was intended for.
Yeah, pretty good play for the Lions. They were in position to make a play. They didn't have to, obviously, but they got enough pressure on the quarterback. He threw it a little bit earlier than he wanted to, and as you mentioned, the receiver was not ready.
2nd and 10 from midfield. This would be a nice stand for the Lions to make. Texas High is so powerful on offense. The Lions have dodged many bullets tonight. Second down, snap, Sellers looking, fires left side, and airmails it over the intended receiver. So once again, off target, and that pass was intended for Smith. That's Gavin Smith.
Yeah, again, both starting quarterbacks, just off the mark tonight. And that's just an overthrown pass. Not sure he would have gotten much on the play anyway, but still just another bad pass.
Taking nothing away from Ryan Sellers, but is it safe to say that Blake McHenry has been the better passer, a little more efficient on offense?
Yeah, without question. He has obviously been the better, most accurate passer tonight.
That's Brayson McHenry, excuse me. 3rd down and 10. Sellers is going to air this one over the middle, and it's a reception made for the first down. What an extremely tough catch made for Tyler High by Blake Rogers.
Well, he took a big hit by Irwin coming over, but held on to it. That's a nice job. Better pass by the quarterback Sellers on that play, but a great job by the receiver to come down in traffic with the ball, take a big hit, and hold on.
So the ball is at the 30. That's a 20-yard pickup and a first down. Pass comes right side, and it is behind. Oh, they're going to wave that incomplete. It was enough of a forward pass, plus it rolls out of bounds anyway. But that's the difference between 2nd and 10 and 2nd and 15.
Right, absolutely. And so John Tyler did a good job to react to it and go after the football because it was close to being a backwards pass. They call it a forward pass.
So Texas High with a football, 2nd and 10 from the Tyler 30 with 3:31 to go. Texas High had that scrimmage cut short last week against Longview, but in the time they were able to play, they looked really good according to many people. 30-25 out at the 23-yard line. The ball carrier that time for Texas High was Gavin Smith, number 8 with a carry. Johnson with a stop. That's Elijah Johnson. So the ball is at the 23. And you're looking at a third down. 3 yards to go for the first down. 7-yard pickup that time by Gavin.
Yeah, and I think the Tigers are obviously in 4-down territory here. So if they don't pick it up here on third down, I expect them to try it again on 4th down.
3:23 left in the third. Texas High up 20-7. Double wideouts to the left, one to the right. And Sellers barked a signal, and then they're going to call a timeout. So I think that they weren't as sure of what they were going to do, so a timeout is called. So 3:23 remains. We're in the third quarter. Our score is 20-7. Texas High with a lead over Tyler High. We will take this as a short timeout, a 30-second timeout on the team. 92.1 FM.
Locations, more choices, more convenience. Peters Pre-Owned now has 2 locations to serve East Texas. Peters Pre-Owned Center in Longview and the all-new Peters Auto Sports in Tyler. The largest inventory of trucks, cars, motorcycles, ATVs, and side-by-sides in all of East Texas. Shop our inventory on either website to see all our inventory and take advantage of our nationwide free delivery. Peters Pre-Owned Center in Longview. Peters Auto Sports in Tyler. More locations, more choices, more convenience.
I'm attorney Matt Flannery of the Grant & Flannery Law Firm. Everyone loves the story of David and Goliath, but if you find yourself facing an 18-wheeler, you get to understand firsthand what it was like to be David that day. 18-wheelers dwarf passenger cars, and when their drivers are careless, they can cause devastating injuries and sometimes death. If you or a loved one have been in an 18-wheeler crash, you need board-certified personal injury trial lawyers with a proven record of success fighting trucking companies. You need my firm, Grant & Flannery.
M. Stewart will get the ball. He'll dodge a tackler and has a clear path into the end zone for a touchdown, Texas High. The C parted that time on the left-hand side of the line of scrimmage for Texas High, and Stewart is able to sprint it to the house. Braylon Stewart with his second touchdown of the night, that one from 23 yards out. 3:17 left, and Texas High leads at 26-7.
Yeah, it's a nice stop and sidestep move by Stewart, and once he got past the line of scrimmage, he was off to the races. Nobody, not a line in sight, as he dashed his way to the end zone.
Extremely impressive that time, and that offensive line has been magnificent tonight for Texas High. So Hernandez on for the extra point kick, and it is through the uprights. The kick is good. 3:17 left in the third. 27-7. Texas High with the lead over the Lions. We will take this 60-second timeout on the team. 92.1 FM.
A lot has changed lately, but at Christus Health, our commitment to safely caring for Northeast Texas is stronger than ever. We are answering the call to help our community. We are having more appointments online and over the phone. We are maintaining separate areas for COVID-19 patients. We are leading the way in technology and testing. And we are keeping our hospitals and emergency rooms safe so that when you need care,
we are here.
We're here.
We are here.
We are ready.
This is a paid advertisement for legal services by and for Roper & White, attorneys at law.
I'm Elizabeth Ham.
And I'm Lenny Morvant.
And we found our way to Roper & White through an automobile accident.
He was playing on his phone and he hit us going about 70 miles an hour.
Thankfully, my husband contacted Roper & White, and Brian came to our house that day and sat down with us. The next day, we contacted the office staff.
A lot of times we've wanted to give up, but just a kind word would keep us going.
3:17 left in the third quarter. Texas High 27, Tyler High 7. And this kickoff will be presented to you by Tyler Auto Finance, home of 3.99 down. In just one moment after the kickoff, Kevin Simon will have a scoring drive summary for you, but here's the kick by Hernandez. He'll boot this one down the field. Good leg into it. Ball's received at the 5 by Tyler to the 10, 15. Not much room. Barely getting back to the 20-yard line. So the return by Potts, Arcavian Potts, who has the lone touchdown for Tyler. And on the stop for Texas High, we see making the play Montrell Sanders. So here's the scoring drive summary by Kevin.
Yeah, Stewart's second touchdown run of the night. Did 6 plays, 50 yards, and they did it in 51 seconds.
So Stewart, 2 touchdowns tonight. He's been the difference in his third quarter, a 14-point third quarter for Texas High. First down. Pinkert takes a snap with trips to the left. Here comes the rush. There goes Pinkert, and it's incomplete. That was intended over the middle for Potts at second down and 10. Scoring drive summary presented by Honest One Auto Care.
Well, Pinkert felt the pressure from all sides closing in and forced another bad pass. Not sure again that he would have gotten much on the play, but missed an open receiver.
So 3 minutes, 6 seconds to play. Second down. Pinkert will roll to his left. Here comes a rush, and he's not going to throw it away. Well, actually, he was able to get rid of it, and then after that, the payment made to the wide receiver. Now, there's a Texas High player down. The reception made for Tyler by Jalen Beal. Pinkert somehow, as he was getting collapsed upon by 4 players, ended up getting the ball to Beal, and will end up being to the 19-yard line, a loss of 1 to make it a third down. Have a couple of players that were shaken up.
Yeah.
But they're both coming off to the field pretty quickly, so we'll stay right here with 2:52 to play.
That's a good play by Pinkert. He lost a yard on the play. He was looking at losing a little bit more than that, so just a good job to at least get rid of the football and didn't lose what they could have on the play.
So third down, ball is at the 19. And this Texas High defense, you know, we've been talking about the offense a lot tonight, and rightfully so, but the Texas High defense has been pretty stout this evening.
Well, they're big, but they're mobile. They can get to the football in a hurry, and they're pretty good at tackling as well, and that really bodes well for a defense.
Again, first games of the season for each of these teams, things delayed because of COVID. Both teams are very happy to be on the field tonight. Texas High probably happier right now with a 20-point lead. New quarterback in, it's Eli Sanchez, and that pass is high and incomplete. So that one went a little bit too high. Receiver didn't have much of an opportunity to come down with it before he was hit. So it was intended for Gilliam, and Eli Sanchez stepped in at quarterback, 5'9", 160. He is the junior. Played last year, had a start against McKinney Northup, and McKinney, maybe not the best place to get your start, but I thought for his first start, he played pretty well in that contest.
Well, it's tough to step in tonight and right off the bench and throw a pass, and so he really hung his receiver out to dry there. Luckily, he wasn't injured on the play, and another good job by the Tigers defense.
So awaiting the snap to Baylor Gonzalez. There it is, and there it goes. Kick goes high in the air. Fair catch is waved and made at the 47-yard line for Texas High, and the man who was able to make that grab was Caleb Arnold. And Texas High starts at its own 47-yard line with 2:23 to go in the third quarter. Texas 27 and Tyler 7.
Yeah, obviously great starting field position once again for Texas High. Defense has been spending a lot of time on the field for Tyler.
34-yard kick that time by Baylor Gonzalez. Want to mention that Texas High offensive line, the guys that have been doing the job tonight. Colin Shelley is the left tackle. DeMarcus Day is the left guard. The center is Rioskiel Finley Warren, and then Quashawn McCullough, the right guard, Hayden Harrell, the right tackle, and all of those guys have been doing a fantastic job tonight. On first down, the pass up the middle, wide open at the 30, to the 25 and the 20, to the 15 and down to the 14-yard line. There's a first down for Texas High. And making the reception for Texas is Caden Miller, and that one was a bullet over the middle of the field. Blake McHenry, it's Brayson McHenry. I apologize to his family. Brayson McHenry is the one with the pass that time over the middle, first down at the 14.
Wide open receiver got behind the defense. If that pass is a little bit better thrown, it's a touchdown.
39-yard completion from McHenry to Miller. Here comes the blitz, and McHenry goes down at the 23-yard line. Nice reaction that time for the John Tyler defense. One of the guys that was in there for John Tyler to make the stop, I believe that was Jacob Viela. Yeah, Jacob Viela is the one who was in there on the stop. Had to do a double take on the number from afar for a second. So that's a loss to the 23-yard line, a loss of 9, second and 19.
Yeah, good job by the Lions defense. They needed a big play there, and they got one.
And that followed a 39-yard completion from McHenry to Miller. So a minute 17 to go in the third quarter. Second down, snap to McHenry. Pump fakes, fires the ball. It's a floater toward the end zone. Incomplete. So that one hung up in the air a little bit too much that time. Pass was intended for Texas High's wideout, Zane Dodson, covered by Zaquan Williams. And so with a minute 8 to play, you're looking at a 3rd and 19.
Yeah, that's a nice job by Williams to try to go up and get that ball. I think the receiver's a little bit taller than he is, but he got up high enough to knock that ball away.
So Tyler trying to make a stand here, down by 20 points, 27-7 in this third quarter. 14 points unanswered by Texas High in this period. Snap to McHenry, 3-step drop, looking upfield, and he's going to be taken down again. Nice job by the Tyler defense. And once again, Viela is the one who comes in there and helps out making the stop with a ball down to the 24-yard line. So that's another loss. 49 seconds to go.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to send the field goal unit out here, but that's a nice job defensively. After giving up the big pass play, they keep them out of the end zone.
So it is kicking time for Texas High, and Hernandez comes on. He's had a couple of field goals tonight, and he's also tacked on 3 extra-point kicks. Ball is down, kick is on the way. The 42-yard attempt by Hernandez, and it is no good, missing wide to the right. That was a gallant effort by Hernandez. He's got a great leg. That one was a little bit off, and so Texas High comes up empty. 16 seconds to play in the third quarter, and quickly John Tyler gets onto the field for what will be the final play probably of this period.
Well, that's a nice job by the Lions defense. Again, great starting field position for the Tigers. A big passing play, but they keep them off the scoreboard.
So 16 seconds to go. Ball is at the 24-yard line. That's where Tyler will take over. Double wideouts to each side for the Lions. Pinkard back in at quarterback on first down, 3-step drop. Here comes the rush, and Pinkard is going to carry a few players across the line of scrimmage, then be driven back. So they're going to give him the 27-yard line. It looks like he'll gain 3 when Kevin, he probably shouldn't have gained anything. And the third quarter comes to an end after a 3-yard pickup by Pinkard. At the end of 3 quarters of play from Christus Trinity Mother Francis Rose Stadium, Texas High 27, Tyler High 7. We'll come back for the fourth quarter after this 60-second timeout on the team, 92.1 FM.